Do you ever wonder why a large part of the population will go out and spend thousands of dollars on luxury items that they cannot afford? I am one of those people. For a decade, I spent literally tens of thousands of dollars on luxury items that I shouldn't have bought and I couldn't afford. Here's the thing. There is a multitude of scams and nuances that the luxury brands do not want you to know. And now, once I did a deep dive into this, I am repelled by wearing anything with a logo or that is clearly signifying a certain brand. I honestly want to get rid of everything. And I hope that if you are considering buying a handbag the price of a small car or anything that is designer logo, maybe, just maybe, you will think twice. Or if you buy it, at least you're aware of what's going on in the background. This video came about because last week I was in a conversation with a few women and they started talking about a Chanel bag, and one of the women is turning 50 and she was talking about how she was planning on buying a certain Chanel bag, which likely costs around $5,000. And I joined in that conversation, and because I have always lusted over the Chanel flat bags and the Chanel boy bags. I love the quilted leather. I love the gold hardware, the gold chain. And so we were in this discussion for 20 minutes about the different handbags that we would buy or that some of them might buy, and the ones that we liked and the ones that we didn't like. And not once in this entire conversation did we talk about how it is so crazy that all of us at some point have or are willing to spend thousands of dollars on a handbag, mind you, that will likely cost a few $100s to produce. And I spoke about the Chanel bags that I adored instinctively because it's like built into me at this point. And something that I don't know that I've ever talked about on this channel is that about 7 to 10 years ago, I was in the resale market for luxury handbags. I was buying luxury handbags and selling them. I went to New York City to buy them at a discount. I was obsessed. I watched video after video of hauls and then the craftsmanship and how to tell if something is real and fake. And I went down that whole rabbit hole. And now looking at it, I am angry at myself. I am angry at the brands and how they essentially lie to us, the influencers that perpetrate this lie, the celebrities that also cause this lie. All of it just makes me so angry. I'm going to tell you why. So let's talk about the reason. When we buy a Chanel bag or a Louis Vuitton bag or a Gucci bag or whatever, insert brand name here, we are not buying, as much as we want to say that this is an investment piece or that we're buying it for the craftsmanship, that is a lie. What the brands have figured out is that they are selling us a status symbol. They are selling us an identity. I know this to be true, and I think this is true for a lot of other people. If you hold up two different handbags that look absolutely identical, let's say a Chanel flap and then a non-Chanel flap, but it looks like a Chanel flat bag, okay? Same craftsmanship, same leather, same hardware, only it doesn't have the Chanel logo on it. Nobody is spending $5,000 on the non-Chanel bag. Everybody will spend that money though for the Chanel bag, because the brands have learned that when you purchase a handbag or an accessory with that designer logo, you are essentially saying how you want to be seen as in a certain status or a certain class by wearing that logo. Let's say you have a Louis Vuitton Never Full or a Chanel boy bag or any Chanel bag really, and you walk into a store or a restaurant. Most people, even if they are not fully aware of like the type of bag, even the brand, most people can look at the bag and identify that that is expensive. And then with that, whether we want to admit it or not, when somebody sees that that is expensive and that you are wearing that thing, they assume they put you in a certain status or a certain class, and they assume that you are successful in some way and can afford that, and will therefore, in many circumstances, treat you differently. So when we are wearing a designer bag or design a shirt or dress or shoes or belt or anything, we're not wearing it because of the craftsmanship. We're not wearing it because of the quality. It's about what the bag represents and says to everybody else. I'm going to give you an example, okay? I'm going to give you an example. Now that I've gone through this whole thing, I'm angry, okay? I would probably buy these shoes, okay? I would probably buy these if they did not have the Fendi logo all over them, because I was actually looking for this shoe. But if I'm being honest with myself, okay, I spent like $900. Yeah, $900 on these things, on shoes that are scuffed and wearing and tearing, because yes, they're like any other shoe and they get worn and torn. Okay, let's say this. If I had these shoes, if I saw these shoes in Nordstrom, right? If I was shopping or online, and they did not have the Fendi logo, I would not have purchased these for $900. But because they had the damn logo, I said, oh, that doesn't seem like a bad deal. $900 for a pair of boots. Now, don't get me wrong. I love these boots. I love them. They bring me a lot of joy, but not for $900. And honestly, now I am so mad. I'm just so mad. Now I would like, I don't want to get rid of them, but like, I wish that the Fendi logo was not there. Same thing with these. I wish this wasn't here. I wish this was an obscure, non-known brand, because I likely paid, now I bought these secondhand, but if I bought these in store, I would have paid 10 times the price it cost to actually produce these shoes. You pay a premium because it has red on the bottom. And I say a premium, I mean to the tune of like $1,000 more, because it has red on the bottom. The red scratches off. So once you walk on cement for like 3 or 4 times, it's gone. It's gone. So before I learned about this whole luxury thing, I had them resold by a cobbler that has the specific red so that it never comes off. Now I want them off because I don't even want to be seen wearing them. I'm just so mad. Same thing with this, Burberry. Now this is actually, this shirt is great quality. Great. But I'm not buying a shirt anymore that has like the full Burberry plaid logo, because it's about portraying yourself as being in a certain status and class, and I don't want to do that anymore. So here's the first reason why these, okay, things like these, shoes, handbags, are so expensive. Reason number 1 is the scarcity effect. What these brands do, they understand that if there is limited supply and limited stock, people will want them more and will therefore pay a high premium to get the item. And so instead of producing the amount that they think the public would want and pay for, they produce a limited amount, which means that people will get waitlisted, be on the VIP list, and will spend that much more to secure the item. And this is incredibly effective, because the more you can't get something, the more you want something. And what's worse is that not only are these brands producing a limited supply so that they can increase their prices multiple times per year and get us to pay a whopping $5,000 to $10,000 on a handbag or $1,000 on a pair of shoes, but they have also been caught destroying billions of items of their products in an effort to not devalue their brand. Dior was caught in 2018 of burning almost $37 million worth of goods. So they wouldn't have excess circulating, which means the price would go down and they would have to charge less, or their products would end up in secondhand markets more freely, and that would devalue the brand. So instead of letting that happen, they just burned $37 million worth of items. Awesome. Cartier was caught destroying almost $480 million worth of items to maintain exclusivity. Not only are they limiting production so that they can place a premium on all designer items, but the markup on these items also is 10 to 20 times the cost to produce an item. Famously, or infamously, there was a Dior handbag. I think it cost them about $57 to produce, and they were charging customers $2,700 to buy. Armani, same thing. There was a bag that cost them about $99 to produce in the past, and they were charging about $1,900 to the end consumer. And this is actually what really gets me mad. So let's say, okay, you have a Chanel bag that they're selling for, let's say, $5,000. And in the factory where it's produced, it might cost them, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, and we'll say it costs them $700 to produce. They're charging us $500, but it costs them $500 to $700. Where the other costs come in is extremely expensive to set up these fashion shows in Paris, in New York. Editing Elle here, I failed to mention the most obvious cost, which is these ginormous storefronts that are multi-levels and basically like museums. Have you seen the one in New York City, Louis Vuitton store, that is wrapped in a giant Louis Vuitton suitcase? I mean, I don't even know how much money that costs. But yeah, so these expensive storefronts is also what goes into the cost that we pay at the end. And not only that, they are offering, sometimes for free, sometimes at a very high discount, their products and designer pieces. They are offering them to celebrities and influencers. And so these celebrities and influencers are getting these bags or accessories or items, showing them to us, and they're also being photographed wearing them, which then makes us want them even more because we want to be like them. It makes me want to throw up a little bit. I don't know why, but I'm so angry about this. Let's just think about this for a minute. If a bag costs like $300 to produce and they are charging thousands and thousands of dollars to buy it, just so we, and I'm including myself because we're going to go through the stuff that I've purchased in the past. We'll get to that, which is stupid. Just so we can wear this item with this damn logo to say to the world, oh, I can afford this. I have expensive taste. I am in a certain status. Treat me differently. Whether we want to admit it or not, that is what is happening. We're allowing this to happen. It will never stop. What's worse is that it will never stop. I think the luxury market is one of the only markets where they never go on sale. They never discount. Their products, the prices on their items go up and up and up and up every year, all the time. You can just expect it to go up and up and up and up. If you had a Chanel bag or a Louis Vuitton, the Dior bag or the Dolce & Gabbana or Louis Vuitton, insert here, doesn't matter. Many of them are not made mostly in France or Italy. Most of them are made in some parts of Asia. But if we got a bag, like a Chanel bag, and we opened it up and it said made in China, that would not look good. So what happens is that your bag that you are paying a crap ton of money for, and I'm just going to use bag as a general statement, okay? Insert like whatever, blazer, dress, shoes, belts, doesn't matter. We see made in Italy or made in France, and that denotes quality. I personally think when I see made in Italy, I think of a beautiful countryside and this beautiful farmhouse building, and these craftsmen are like, you know, beautiful Italian music, and they're just like sewing in perfect detail. No. What's happening is that a lot of these items are being made and produced in factories alongside items that are high street, okay? Alongside items that are a fraction of the price. There is a very good chance that the Dior bags that we are lusting after, that we want to buy for $3,000, is being made next to, in the same factory, as a bag that is from, I don't even know, I can't even think of one right now, but like $100 bag. That is happening because there are huge loopholes in the United States on the rules and protocols these brands have to follow. They can claim it was made in a certain country if the final assembly is done there. And so what can happen, I'll give you one example, but there are many, is that an entire bag can be produced in Asia, brought over to Italy or France, and then they put on the zipper or the last patch. And because the final assembly took place very minimally in that country, they can say it was made in that country, even though it wasn't. Even though it wasn't. It is lies. It is lies. And the other thing is that these luxury brands and influencers are big on this, saying they tout these narratives that we can buy a bag or a belt, mostly bags, because they're investment pieces. And it is so rare. It is so rare that you can buy a luxury handbag and sell it for more money, unless that is a very limited edition, in which case you are paying a very pretty penny in the very beginning, or it is like an Hermes, like very specific types of bags. But 95% of these bags will lose their value right away. And even if you got exactly what you paid back, you would have to have it, the bag would have to be in absolute mint condition, which means it's likely sitting in your closet, not being used the way it should. Because I don't know about you, but I manhandle my stuff. I want to use it as it's meant to be used. And so if I used my handbag or shoes as I normally would with anything, then I would definitely not get back anywhere close to what I paid. It's a lie. Honestly, it's a lie. Most of these items are not investment pieces. If you want to buy an Hermes bag and bank on the fact that you're going to make back $5,000 extra in profit over the next decade or so, have at it. But I would rather take that $15,000 or $20,000 or $30,000 and put it in a long-term investment stock or even high yield savings. Anything except that. I think I'm angry at myself because I hate what this symbolizes. I hate what it says. And what really makes me mad is that a lot of people, including myself, definitely including myself, is that we purchase these items to portray a certain status of wealth or income or prosperity, when in reality, it's making us that much poorer, a lot poorer. What we should be doing is putting that money into something that can grow. And instead, all too many of us are making these poor financial decisions by purchasing these items, these luxury items that are so exorbitantly priced and overpriced, and we are just putting more money in the pockets of these fashion houses and designers who are just basically laughing at us because they know the general public will pay $5,000 for a bag that cost $500. And honestly, these influencers are also perpetrating it. And I can't even blame them. I can't blame them because I didn't even think of any of this for a decade, okay? I just lusted after these things because it's the normal thing to do. Everybody's doing it. There are so many influencers who are just making thousands of dollars, making videos on luxury items and designer items and hauls. And they're not thinking about this stuff. I want to quickly go through what I actually purchased throughout the years so I can just, yell at myself. Yeah, so we're going to go through what I purchased in the past that I obviously regret now. All right, I bought a Louis Vuitton. Most of the stuff I have since given away or sold secondhand. So I don't have any of this stuff anymore, but we're going to go through it. A Louis Vuitton Never Full bag, a Chanel Le Boy maybe, wallet on chain. Okay. This literally, it's a wallet on a chain and it costs $2,000. A wallet on a freaking chain. I think I could put I don't even think I could put my phone in there. I could probably put gum in there. Stupid. Yep, so then we have 3, which is 3 pairs of Louis Vuitton shoes that I've purchased. The 2 I showed you, and then there's another pair that is a summer pair, which I still have. My Fendi boots, which we went through. My Burberry button-down shirt. A Marc Jacobs crossbody bag. A Fendi multicolor handbag, which I'm looking at it now and it's I don't even remember owning this thing. I know I did at some point, but I don't really remember, and it is not my style at all. A Burberry gold messenger bag. Dolce & Gabbana tote bag. A Dior leather crossbody bag. A Louis Vuitton leather bag. Saint Laurent leather clutch bag, a Gucci Soho patent leather tote bag, an Alexander McQueen knuckle handbag. I had a big Alexander McQueen phase where his like knuckle bags and then because his style is not really mine for some reason. Like his aesthetic and his style is not my style, but some of the things that he had, I just lusted over. And so I bought this knuckle bag and I was planning on buying a few more. I don't even know why I didn't, but it started because I read a book on him. He has since passed. He's not here on earth anymore. But anyway, so that's why I bought that. Another Louis Vuitton crossbody bag, a Louis Vuitton Keep All cloth travel bag, a Bulgari Serpentine leather crossbody bag, a Valentino leather crossbody bag, Gucci leather ankle boots, Prada leather bag, which is vintage. And another thing that is not here, I can't find it, but I know I purchased it, is like a little Dior. It's kind of, it's a clutch, and it said Dior on the handle, and you stuck your hand in, so you hold it, and the Dior is on your hand. And that was a pretty penny. So I don't know. I just I feel repulsed by designers to this caliber now. Like I kind of feel disgusted by it. The amount of money spent for pure like status and identity. And it's not to say that I don't care what other people think, because clearly all my bad financial decisions are based on what people thought of me in the past. But like going forward, I'm just going to try to keep it simple. Just good quality materials. Like I'm not even shopping, so I don't even know what I'm saying. But if I do, no logos, no brand names, just good, pure quality, simple aesthetic, clean lines, simple colors, and that's it. I will not be lusting after another Chanel handbag ever again. No thanks. No. Louis Vuitton? No. I saw a girl actually in the gym this morning who had a Louis Vuitton Neverfull tote bag, and I was just like, I was just repulsed by like all of the logos on it. And I don't know, I wasn't like this like a month ago, but now when I just did this research into like their practices of how these factories operate and run, where they're actually creating these handbags, and the markup on these bags, and what we're actually paying for, and how we are actually paying a premium so that these designers can give these products to influencers and actors who will then entice us to go out and spend a lot more money on these items. It's just stupid. It's stupid. Anyway, if you're still here, thank you for sticking around for my rant. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would love to know, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks. Bye.